if you have someone like a Greta Thunberg saying that we can't fantasize over this eternal economic growth and we need to take like this extreme action, how do you engage in conversation with someone that, or with her, or with people like her, with an appreciation of like that's just not how global economics works? And like you say with Shell, obviously there needs to be some level of like, okay, fantastic, we'll make these sustainable changes, but we can't go bankrupt and fold as a company in order to do that, and we have to like ultimately have the responsibility to shift internally, because we can't just withdraw from the market. People are still going to need everything that we do. Like we can't just stop using phones and laptops and everything that is derived from the work that Shell does. How do you engage in that kind of conversation?
Well, I think first there needs to be an openness on both sides to have that engagement. And if one comes into that discussion saying it's got to be this is the only thing I'm going to believe in, then I think it's very hard. But if there is openness to engage, I think there will be a good debate. I mean, essentially, it's a question of innovation or deprivation, for want of a better word. And I think it should be an and, not an or. I don't think it's mutually exclusive. I mean, deprivation in itself is not a great word, is it? Um, I I do believe we can all be more conscious about the way we consume things, to voluntarily choose to be more simple in our way of life. And we talked about it earlier when I said my mother used every bit of the chicken that she would buy. Um, Now convenience has taken priority, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't believe that deprivation to the point of limiting access to resources or slowing economic progress would have a big impact on the world. I think the breakthroughs come when you have innovation, a forward looking approach using technology, using creativity. I mean, it's innovation that gives us renewable energy and green transportation, not deprivation. So I think commercial outcomes will always be a reality of the way capital markets work today. And we shouldn't even be shy about using the word commercial or profit, because a company that profits is good for society. Nothing can scale if it's not profitable. So I do think there's a conversation to be had, in short.
You've mentioned both supply side and demand side changes and shifts, both at an individual level all the way up to the company, the side of Shell. In your experience and given what you know now, who do you think in the conversations that you've been having and the talks you do and kind of things is the most open to that conversation? Is it the individual, or is it the people working in these companies are actually way more forward thinking and open to this nuanced discussion?
Well, I don't think I've seen a big difference one way or another. I I think people in big companies may have to follow a company line when they speak professionally, but they may not believe it personally, um, or they may. So I think you can't draw a sort of. I don't see a statistical kind of sway either side.